guys, my name is Engineer Holiday. I want to discuss hyperbola. Now, hyperbola is a conic section whose what distance from a fixed point called what focus is greater than the distance from a fixed line called the directrix. Now, I remember I told you under ellipse that what ellipse is defined as what, that the eccentricity. I told you something like that. Eccentricity is what? Length of focus over length of directrix. I remember I told you that directrix. But in this case now, the eccentricity is greater than 1. Why? Because the distance from a fixed point is greater than the distance from a fixed line. In other words, the length of focus is greater than length of directrix. So in this case now, it's not like ellipse that we talk about length of focus smaller than length of directrix, and because length of focus is higher than length of directrix, eccentricity will be greater than 1. So you should be expecting a value of 3/2, 5/2, 7/3, and etc. They cannot have less than 1, maybe 1/3 here as eccentricity. And don't forget the length of focus. We have told you how to find length, and we also want to see a question on that. Now, the next thing to talk about after defining the word, defining hyperbola and talk about eccentricity, which is a word. The third point is what? The equation of an hyperbola. Now, making this diagram a reference, if you use the diagram as a reference now, that means, and let's say this is x, and this x is symmetrical to the word, to the two curves that form the hyperbola itself. Now, there is a line of asymptote. A line of asymptote is defined as a line that does not touch or approach the curve, the hyperbolic curve. Now, in this case, now that means that the line of asymptote does not touch the hyperbola itself. It has its own equation. So the two of them always meet at infinity. That is some language you can use for that to describe that. Now, look at the board. You can say x minus x1 whole square over a square minus y1 whole square over b square equal to 1. Now, in this case now, if we use minus, if you check the ellipse, I use plus. So now there is a difference of what? Use sign here. Now, every definition I gave about ellipse is still the same thing. This is a major, and this is what? The minor. Then the 2a is what we call the length of major. Length of major axis. Y2b still remain what? Length of what? Of minor what? Axis. Now, another thing again we must note is that what? In this case, where eccentricity is greater than 1, your focus square is equal to major square plus what? Minor square. C square equal to what? A square plus b square. So that is the major, and the focus, major, minor, the focus. Now, we know similarly that C is equal to AE. Therefore, AE all square is equals to what? a square plus b square. So what we want to have is that we are going to have a square e square equal to what? A square plus b square. Let the divide both sides by a square. E square will now give us what? A square over a square plus b square over a square. This one will cancel this one, so we are going to be left with what? E equal to square root of, you take square root of both sides, 1 plus b square over a square, and it's always greater than what? 1. Now that is the formula for what? Eccentricity. Please don't forget formula for eccentricity, and don't also forget that what? This equation of the what? If it lies along the what? The y-axis, the x-axis. Another thing again is that you must know that the center of the hyperbola is equal to s1 comma y1, meaning that this one and this. So also the c is equal to ae, very important formula also. Now another important formula is that a can be greater than b, or a can be less than b. It does not matter. So provided the one that comes first is what matter. The axis, or the axis that come before minus sign, because we can have an example like this: s square over 1 minus y square over 16 equal to 1. It does not mean this one still remain your major, while this one remain your what? The minor. So it is the value that come before this other one that determines the major or minor, because we cannot just say because this one is smaller, like what we did in chapter 1, ellipse. We were talking about ellipse. So that is clear now. Now the focal coordinate it still remains what? In this case it will now become what? Because it lies along the x-axis and it's not 0. We assume s1 is not 0, y1 is not 0. Therefore we are going to have that what? Plus or minus c plus s1 comma y1, and what? And plus c s1 plus c plus s1 comma y1. That remain your what? Equation. Sometimes we can write it as f equals to plus or minus c plus s1 comma y1. So we can write it like that. That is a coordinate of what? Of the focus. Now we go to the coordinate of the vertex. Everything I have talked about is the same for ellipse. I'm sure I'm not going to waste time, so I will just list them out. The vertex is equals to what? Plus or minus a plus x1 comma y1. The directory equation, equation of directories is still what? The same thing as what? X minus x1 plus or minus a over e. Then everything, that means the length of the latus rectum, is equal to 2b square over a. Do not forget that. Also, we also want to talk about what they call the equation of asymptote. I did not give you this one. These are what? These are lines. So since they are lines, they will have equation of a line. So how do we write the equation? It's what? Y minus y1 equal to plus or minus b over a to s minus s1. This is equation of the ratio, that means the gradient in this case now is plus or minus b over a. One is for minus, one is for plus. There are two lines. This is number 1 and number 2. So if you split it now, this equation will have two lines. You will have what? 1 to be what? Y minus y1 into bracket what? Minus or plus b over a into bracket s minus s1. While the other one we have what? Y minus y1 into bracket what? Minus b over a into bracket what? S minus s1. So there are two lines and they are equation of the line. Now we can also do every other thing the same way that we have done for ellipse. So every other thing remain the same. It's just these minus and plus things that you have to be very careful about. You have to be very extremely careful. I mean it. If not, you miss it. And also the shortcut I gave you concerning focus and this thing that I gave you. Now don't forget, I also gave you that the focus coordinate minus vertex minus center coordinate is equals to what? C. Why what? The vertex coordinate minus center coordinate equals to A. Don't forget that where FC is what we call the focus coordinate, while the what VC is what? The vertex what? Coordinate. Then your CC is what we call the center coordinate. I just use the code and I define it so that you will not miss it. So please don't forget, it's a shortcut that can help you. Once you can get your A and C, it's as good as you have gotten your equation of what? Of an hyperbola. So as we solve question, we are going to elaborate on some certain things which I want you to understand. I believe I'll be able to simplify to my knowledge and to your knowledge, because I don't want to make the class too broad for understanding. So I made it simple that everyone can comprehend. Now my name is Engineer Holiday. I remain your shortcut master. Thank you very much. Please subscribe so that you can get our work, and please press the notification button so that you can get our video. Thank you.